fascinated by astronomy since I was a little boy. When I was 10, I met a great astronomer called Carl Sagan, and he told me about this idea called the music of the spheres, that some people believe. It goes back to Pythagoras, that when the planets move, they create some kind of music or sound. And I thought it would be nice to make an album that looks at how composers write music which comes from a different world or a different planet, something like that. I think this is a fantastic museum here, and I was privileged to be given a private screening here in the planetarium. I think that things like this are available for free is so important, whether you're a child or whether you're a grown-up person. I never forgot my first trips to the planetarium, to sit back there and look at the night sky. Nowadays you can have so much detail. You see the planets up close from so many different dimensions and in real time, so you're learning even more. It's fun, and it's also fascinating. I think it's fantastic if people get the chance to experience classical music live. Recordings are wonderful, but live music is really what makes it special. And I think if you can bring a few disciplines together like we did today, bringing music and science, people see that it's wonderful to listen to music, it can also be fun, and one can learn things about it as well. So a museum or a planetarium is a perfect place to do that. And it was great to get up close to people and have that sort of exchange going on. That's what music's about, communication. And this concert today focuses on some pieces that were specifically actually written for this Spheres production. A piece by a Russian composer called Alexei Igudisman, then two pieces by a fantastic British composer, Alex Baranovsky. One's called Biafra, one is called Musica Universalis, which is the Latin term actually for this music of the spheres. Also on this album we have Gabriel Prokofiev, the grandson of the great Sergei. And many composers have also done new arrangements of some of their pieces. So it's very much a look at today's sound and today's composers and how they react to this idea of otherworldly music. I think the great thing about music is that there's no defense from it in the best possible way. It has an effect on you. You may not like it, or you may love it, but it reaches you directly, and that's the power of music. In the universe, you have this extraordinary, unobtainable, giant universe out there, which one can't really explain. You can calculate it, but you can't really explain it. And that's the same with music. And I think that there are sources of inspiration everywhere, but when one sits in a planetarium, one looks up and one sees that, and you realize you're a very, very, very small part of a very big picture. It's a similar feeling to actually making music, because making music is also being a small part of a great picture.